So some different clubs have different ideas, and some people think outside of the box of how to get fans through the gate at non-league matches. This club have got one of the most bizarre ways to get people in. Well, it's so bizarre that it only lasted 2 games. They offered to give away £5,000 to a random person in the stadium after every game. This team, though, is in the 10th tier of English football, and that's a lot of money to be given away, and the person that's in charge has got a bit of a history of letting the club go and liquidate for not much more money than £5,000. It's what's going on at East Hull FC. We're going to be looking into it in this video, but first of all, this video is sponsored by OneFootball, which is a great way to stay updated with lots of different information from the footballing world, be that in the National League or up in the Football League, Premier League, or across Europe as well. It's highly rated with an average rating of 4.7 and 4.8 on Apple and Android, with over 1 million people voting for their rating on Android in particular. So it is a very highly rated app, and a lot of people do like it. I recommend it as well, and yeah, if you haven't downloaded it already, the link down it will be in the top line of the description. But let's get into the crazy scenario of offering £5,000 to someone in the crowd at a non-league match. So this idea was brought in at East Hull FC, who are owned by Jamie Walton. He's a person that I've made a couple of videos about on this channel in the past. He was previously the owner and chairman of North Ferriby United, and was the owner when the club went out of business earlier in the year in March 2019. That was due to a debt of around £7,600, which was taken to the High Court. Now, to be then, a few months later, offering the chance for a random supporter to win £5,000 each game, this just doesn't come across well at all. In fact, Jamie Walton had already moved on from North Ferriby and become chairman at East Hull, which were then known as East Yorkshire Carnegie, which is a club that he actually helped found around about a decade ago, then left, went to North Ferriby and is now back and renamed the club. Walton wanted to move North Ferriby to Dunswell Park, which is where East Hull currently play. It's a ground that Jamie Walton actually does own himself. And ironically, North Ferriby FC, the Phoenix club's first match of the 1920 season, was away at East Hull. You can't write this, can you? And this was the first game that this idea of giving £5,000 to a random person in the stadium was introduced. The idea behind all of this was so that fans would potentially see this and think, oh, this is a great opportunity to win a really nice amount of money. Let's go to this game in the off chance that we will win a good amount of money. It's effectively like running a lottery that clubs do at their grounds on match days, but usually those lotteries, you might win £100, maybe £200, you might win a specific prize in the local area. You're not going to win £5,000, especially in the 10th tier of English football. This in turn would increase the crowds, with Walton aiming by the end of the season to get to average crowds of 1,000, which is a massive increase, but unfortunately for just the second game of the season, this was scrapped. This happened after only 38 fans came through the turnstiles. That's less than 5% of that goal of 1,000, and although I assume they weren't expected to get to that 1,000 straight away, to be at 38 and still be looking to give away £5,000 is just completely uneconomical. The admission prices are £5 for adults and £3 for concessions, so you can see that the club is physically not getting anywhere near that £5,000. However, Walton said that he would have given the opportunity for the winners to give a percentage of their winnings back to pay for the players' wages, as this way the fans would literally be paying the players. And on the whole thing, Walton said, it's interesting, but £5,000 is around the Ferriby wage bill when I took the club on, so to me it's better used trying to attract a large fan base. However, his wife wasn't particularly impressed with it, saying that the missus thinks I'm crackers, and she's maybe got a point. Selling and having to remortgage properties, working back on my tools after 5 years, all to chase a football vision. And this vision, as I've said, is one of the craziest ones that I have ever seen. And he, for certain, is not a new one to crazy football visions and crazy ideas to try and get fans through the doors. Some of the ones that he has done were to offer fans £1 for entering a match when he used to be the chairman at Hull United. Instead of charging fans to come in, he would actually physically pay them £1 £1,000 each. Also, while at Hull United, he gave a car away before a match. While he was at North Ferriby, he proposed the idea of using the pitch as a traveller's site during the week to generate revenue. Crazy ideas that he thinks outside the box. So fair play to him for coming up with really unique ideas, because you don't see these anywhere else. But unfortunately, none of them have resulted in increased attendances or helped to grow a club bigger than what it was before he came in. The start of the season for East Hull certainly hasn't really gone to plan. They actually lost 9 out of their opening 9 league matches with a goal difference of -40. Not a great start, and that's certainly not going to attract many other fans to come to games. Even if you were offered the opportunity to potentially win £5,000, would that attract you to go to a football match? Personally, I don't think it actually would, because if you've got 1,000 people in the ground, the odds of you actually getting that £5,000 prize is still relatively low. I know it's obviously going to be higher than if you were to enter the National Lottery, for example, but if you don't really want to go and watch that team, you're not really interested in going and watching football, or you're not interested in going and watching East Hull FC, then would that attract you? I'm not really too sure it would, even if it's even on your doorstep. If you're in the mindset of wanting to go to a football match, then I don't think the potential to win £5,000 is going to really attract too many people. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Another one of the more ironic parts of this, in my opinion, is that East Hull FC are not even in East Hull. They are north of the city boundary. And this has been pointed out, and Waltham has now actually said that he wants to move the club to the east of Hull, so that it's actually living up to its name. So where North Ferriby were going to be moved from North Ferriby, which is on the west of the city, to north of the city at Dunswell Park, now East Hull are going to be moved from Dunswell Park to the east of the city. So they're also looking to move teams all over the place by the looks of things, and just looking to try everything possible to try and see if something works. But yeah, what do you guys think of this whole situation? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, remember to hit that like button and click subscribe as well to stay up to date with lots of different news from non-league football. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.